Now you say this your inspiration? This your motivation?
Yes, it is. It is. I'm feeling this.
Gonna
I
make you
mean,
feel sexy.
it's a sexy, and it goes right along with my
Okay,
business.
okay, okay,
I
okay. I'm
love
not
it.
gonna play too much of Sherelle because they will stop us right in the middle. I'll never get my video posted anywhere because of music. So we're gonna go ahead and start the conversation.
Yes.
Welcome back to the City Highlights, where we spotlight the people moving the city forward. Today's guest is not just an entrepreneur, but this is my good girlfriend, Miss Teresa. Hey, Teresa.
Hey.
All right, Teresa. How we start the City Highlights on is with a mental check-in. So, Teresa, how are you really doing? How are your mentals today?
So, to be honest with you and answer that, I am doing okay. And I said that because I have a lot going on, not just with my business, but a lot going on and with my family on a personal level, meaning, sickness, having two sick parents. So that's where I am right now is I'm dealing with my parents and with my business all at the same time.
Okay, well, I do completely understand it. And I'm going to give you a virtual
Oh, thank you.
because I know how it is when it comes to those parents. Like I had to take care of my mom until God called her home. So I'm really empathetic with that feeling. Just know and be grateful that they're still here for you to
Yes,
take care of. That's the blessing in it all.
it is. It is.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Teresa. So the way the City Highlights is set up is we're segmented. In our first segment is called the Back in the Day. So, Teresa, let's go a little bit further back in the day. Let's rewind a little. Where were you in life before Houston?
So before Houston, I was in the medical field for over 25 years, caring for patients in oncology. So
Okay.
that's what I was doing prior to actually just jumping all the way into entrepreneurship.
Wow, Teresa, what made you make the leap and move all the way to Houston?
So thanks to COVID. So COVID closed the clinic down that I was working in, and so that gave me the opportunity to move to Houston. And so when that opportunity knocked on my door, I took advantage of it.
Amazing, awesome. Like you, you were that's that's an amazing person to be because a lot of people are not courageous enough to make a leap like that. So I applaud you for putting all wells aside and making that move. Let me ask you this, Teresa. Did you always see yourself being an event space and a lounge owner?
Maybe the event space part, but the lounge part, I kind of took it just a little bit, a couple steps ahead of myself. So didn't really see the lounge part of it. But when I came to look at the building and I saw the vision, how I wanted to do it, so then that's what gave me the sense to do an event space and then also do the lounge as well.
Okay, that's cool. I've been in both spaces. Be able to have it be all business and then step downstairs to the lounge and be all party. That's that's awesome. That's a great idea. That was a great business move. Teresa, what's something about your journey that people don't know, especially those early days?
So I would say that what people don't know is that when I made the transition here, I actually made the transition alone. So I didn't come with like with my family, they didn't come with me. So everybody that I meet today is pretty much like a stranger to me.
So strangers becoming friends and family, finding yourself still feeling alone.
Well, no, I mean, because I met great people. I mean, I met you. I think you're a really, really sweet person. I gravitated to you, and so that's kind of like how I find myself. Kind of gravitating to people. But to answer the question, I met some really great people since I've been here in Houston.
I'm glad to hear that because I'm a native and I think Houston is amazing. I think the people here, not all of them, but many of them are amazing, especially if you meet some natives. Now you may need some implants and they may not be the same epitome of Houston, but don't
Right.
blame them. That's not their fault. They're just not from Houston. They
Right.
moved here, like you.
Like
So I
me.
got lucky that I met someone that actually moved here that has an amazing personality. So thank you for coming to Houston and thank you for allowing me to meet you.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this, Teresa. Was there ever a moment that you thought that you were going to break or thought about quitting?
Yes, yes, many days. I thought
Okay.
that I would, I mean, like, it's almost like now that I'm like deep into it, it's probably not a day that doesn't go by that I think to myself, like, this will be the day. Like, it's too much. The load is getting too heavy and kind of just up and down roller coaster. So I have a lot of those days where I feel like one day I feel really good about the business. Other days I feel like I'm at my breaking point.
I understand that. And I'm really appreciative for you to be so transparent because a lot of business owners are not so forthcoming. They'll make you think that everything is great and everything is gravy, but then in the background they're drowning. So I appreciate you for that transparency and sharing that with the audience because somebody listening may be feeling just like you, and if you keep being motivated, they'll be motivated as well. Teresa, let's go into our next segment. And this segment is called The Things to Do in the Liddy City. Now let's talk about what you've built for the city. Tell us all about calendars.
Okay, so calendars. First, I want to just acknowledge that where the name came from. The name calendars, my son, actually, my oldest son, we were trying to come up with a name for the business because this is a family brand that I'm building. And so my son actually came up with the name calendars because we couldn't get it together. And I was trying to incorporate our last name into it. So he just said, Mom, name it calendars. So I thought that was a really catchy name. And so with the name calendars, what I created was a business that's going to give people two opportunities to come and make their memory. So you can do it in a formal way or you can do it in a lounge way. So that was the whole concept, is to still care for people because naturally I come from the medical field, so I naturally care about people. So I wanted to be able to still make memories, and with me making memories meaning that I get a chance to be a part of your milestone or birthday or baby shower or just whatever type of party. I still get a chance to be a part of that and share a memory.
Okay. Okay. So anybody listening, if you have something coming up, an event, a celebratory celebration, a birthday, a retirement, marriage, you can have a wedding there. It's a beautiful venue.
Yes, I've
Please
had
reach
weddings.
out to calendars. Teresa, tell these people how they can contact you. We're gonna get this in early and we'll bring it back up in the end. But let them know how they can contact you because somebody listening may want to book an event. And that's my goal. My goal is to see you grow and be very successful and never want to break or give up. So tell the people how they can contact
So they can reach me on my website where you can go on there, and which is going to be calendarsloungeandevents.com. And on my website, there is a form that you can fill out and you can tell me exactly what party that you want, whether you want it upstairs or you want to have your party downstairs. And you can also fill out in details exactly what you're looking for, and I'll respond back to that. They
you.
can
Okay, so
also reach me on
go
my
ahead.
business line too.
What's
That
that
number
number?
is on there as well.
Okay. Give them the number, Teresa. I don't know. They might be following you on the social medias.
Oh yeah, I'm not a social media person, so I'm always forgetting about my social media platforms. So I'm also on Instagram, and it's going to be and I have two different websites. So I have one for the lounge, which is going to be calendars lounge underscore HTX, as well as the event space, which is going to be calendars lounge underscore. I'm sorry, calendars events underscore. For
Okay.
the events, and I'm also on Facebook under the same platforms.
So y'all know you can find her on your social media. She's on Instagram, and I know because I'm always liking and sharing her stuff. You can check her out on Instagram as well as Facebook. Do you have a TikTok? Because there's a bunch of TikTokers be watching you too.
I I only have the event space on TikTok, but not the lounge, so I haven't made it that far yet.
Okay,
But
so
it's coming.
you getting
It's
that, but
coming.
you can get her on
I'm getting there.
TikTok too.
Yeah.
But they can get you on TikTok because they call you for the event space. They can also get access to the lounge as well, right?
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Teresa. What kind of events bring you the most joy?
I think the ones I get the most joy out of milestones. Like I just done a 70th birthday, 50th birthday, 40th birthday. I absolutely love those because they put a lot into it because they have reached a milestone. So that's something to really celebrate. So those are like my best ones.
Okay, I like that. Let me ask you this. How do you balance grown and sexy versus nightlife?
Oh boy, I'm still trying to figure that part out. So it's been that's been a challenge too. You know, just trying to do the grown and sexy and the nightlife, because it's hard to try to balance it all when you're doing it all. So I'm still trying to find that balance.
Well, I'll be honest, Teresa. As a fly on the wall, I really think that you're doing a good job of managing it and juggling it. You make it look good. That's what I'll say. I'll say as a spectator, you make it look good. So if I wasn't talking to you and I didn't have a personal relationship with you and I didn't kind of know inside things, I would think that everything was amazing and everything was easy and you were just rolling in the dough. It's amazing to be able to share this. And this is why I love talking to brands and businesses, because we as entrepreneurs need to know the journey. We need to understand. And sometimes you don't have to absolutely be in the midst of something to understand it. You can hear somebody else's journey and learn your way. So thank you again, Teresa, for being so authentic. Let me ask you this, Teresa. If someone is coming to Houston for the first time, why should calendars be on their list?
The reason why I would invite someone to come out to my establishment is because I offer a grown and sexy vibe. So not only are you going to be able to come and just be an adult, and then you play games, you get to interact with other people there, and it's just a fun environment, and with a little bit of old school in there, which is what I really like about it. And I think that's what a lot of the patrons that come there, they love the old school vibe. And so
Okay.
I would say that, you know, when someone come there, if that's what you're looking for, that vibe where it's chill and adult and games and fun, then I would suggest that you come to Calendars.
Share us the address, Teresa. Where are you located?
So I'm located at 12288 Westheimer in Shadowbriar. So it's real easy to find right there at the light. When you get to the light, you make a right.
And she on the corner, right there
I'm right
downstairs
there
if
on the
you go into
corner.
the line. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Okay, Teresa, we're going to get into the next segment. My next segment is called the Say What segment.
Okay.
And that's where I get all up in your business. Not necessarily your personal business, but I will be getting in your business. Are you okay with that?
I am all here for it.
All right, all right, all right. This is where we keep it real and we keep it lit. Let me
Okay.
see what I want to start with. Hmm. So I'll get with this. You worked in oncology chemo for 25 plus years. Say what? How did you do that? Like, I work in healthcare. I am a caregiver. I take care of our seniors, our elders who cannot take care of themselves but are still here surviving. So different diagnoses, different illnesses. But I will be honest, I've lost a couple of patients. Residents is what I call them instead of patients. My babies. The sad that although death is reality, all of us gonna go out of here one day. It's very hard because I get very attached to my residents. I love them like I loved on my mom because that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping that going because once I had to do that for her, I knew that that was my purpose in life. Now I do all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, at the core of me, loving on people and caring for people is what I do naturally. So let
Yeah.
me ask you this, Teresa. How did you do the oncology chemo and lose patience and be able to still have that beautiful smile that you have?
Well, it's a hard it's very hard and very challenging because of the bond that when you attach to them. And we all know that anybody that or anything that you attach to, then it's going to be hard to let go. So I had to learn to just cherish the memories that I made. And I kind of base my life on just memories that I make with people. Whether it's a good memory, a bad memory, whatever it is, it's some type of memory that I can take away.
Yeah.
So that's how you know, just being with the patients, just not only connecting with the patients, but their families as well.
Right.
And that's pretty much how I was able to deal with it on a daily basis.
That makes sense to me. Maybe someone listening may not understand, but that makes sense to me. I get it. Now, Teresa, reading over your bio, you said that you're a mentor. and you're interested, or you want to do podcast hosting, or you do podcast hosting?
Well, I do podcasts, but
Okay.
I just haven't been able with trying to balance everything, that I'm doing, the two businesses that I already have, and then, trying to incorporate my podcast and then my other business, which is the Calendars Cares. So I'm doing a lot of things, but podcasting is definitely something that I want to get into doing.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk after this because I can definitely get you where you need to be on that aspect. Trust me, I got some connections I can make for you and some apps and different things that you could look into that will make you a successful podcaster such as myself. Now, let me ask this. Let me ask you this. You're also a fashion girl and you created a beard care oil.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Say what?
Yes. I
How are you
told you I'm
juggling all
all
these
over
rings,
the
Teresa?
place. I'm all over the place doing all sorts of things. So yes, so I actually have a company called Fuzzy Beards. I started that during the pandemic.
Okay.
And so what it is beard oils, and especially it's for men. So it's just a male product line that I have. So I
Okay.
started that when I was in Arkansas. So I haven't had a chance to bring that to Houston yet, but it
Oh,
is
you
coming.
just did. You just brought it to
Yeah,
Houston.
that's good. Yeah,
if
I'll be
somebody in
rolling that
Houston,
line back out. I'm gonna roll that back around again.
so okay, so they can't get it right now, but soon in the new year, they'll be able to purchase it if they're here in Houston and they're interested in your beard oil and your
Yes.
line, your beard line. Okay, let me ask you this, Teresa, because again, the say what segment means I'm getting all in your business.
Okay.
What has been the hardest lesson that Houston taught you?
Oh boy, trust. That has been the hardest part for me. It was really difficult for me to even adjust to people not being honest, because I guess
Say
where
what?
I'm from, yes, because where I'm from, people know me. So to just come to a city where no one knows me, they don't know me from the next person, and that's been my biggest challenge, is because I want to be known. I want to be known for my business, and then I want people to just know the type of person that I am. And so that's been a challenge, for a big huge challenge for me, is that just meeting people, and people just being deceitful and and manipulative, not honest, and then scammers.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that's the
now I'm a
biggest.
native, and we got
Yeah,
a bucket of scammers here and there, and a lot of people that will say one thing and do another. So,
yeah,
not being a native, you can't get caught in those traps. I'm grateful that you have connected with some amazing people
yeah.
who can kind of help you navigate that. Since you've made your connections with some Houstonians, have you been able to kind of alleviate that stress, or are you still dealing with that?
Well, yes and no to that
Okay.
question. So yes, I met some really great people. So I don't want to never take away anyone's character. I've met some really good people that's been right there for me to support me, and also my brand that I'm building. So though I'm really blessed to meet those group of people, and then I've also met some people that. Kind of like what we talked about, that said that hey, I want to be there to
Now
assist,
you can
but it
be
doesn't.
honest. I don't want you to say any names and put nobody on blast. That's not what I'm about.
Right.
But again, this is for the listeners. Share with them some of your experiences because I know some of them. I know you had a couple contractor issues. Tell them what your experience was so people can be aware and know. Even though Houston is great, there's some people here that are not so.
Yeah, so so just getting here and getting into the business, starting with contractors, just meeting contractors that that pose as a contractor, look like a contractor, talk contractor talk, just getting scammed out of a substantial amount of money, just right up off the bat. But contractors not being honest about it, and then not only that, just meeting people that, with my marketing has been a huge challenge for me, because I met, several people that I put my trust in with my businesses on the marketing level, and I got scammed completely. Did not do what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, I've experienced that, especially being in this space. People see you and they think, oh, you have this, you have that. Well, I'll be very honest. I ain't got it like that, so I don't have no money to give. So you need to not be trying to take my little coins. But what really aggravates me about that is not even the money necessary, because like I said, I'm real tight with my coins, so you can't really mess me out of those. It's the level of disrespect. I'm a Scorpio, and
Very.
we're big on playing in our face. And that's what annoys me is when people skin and grin and act like they're your friend and they come to you and they're going to be so beneficial. They want to work with you. They want to market your brand. They want to do all of this. And then
Yeah.
as soon as the business gets started, all they wanted to do was come to your event space and use your event space. They didn't
Yeah.
necessarily want to help your business grow. They want to help their business grow. Let me ask you this. Do you have those different events like the vendor events at your space?
Yes, I do. Yes, I have the
How,
vendor events. Yes.
how do you like the vendor events and how does that work? Do they pay you for the space or do the vendor, how does that work? Explain to someone who wants to do a vendor event how they can collaborate with you.
Yeah, so if someone want to do a vendor event, whether they put the event together, then if they put the event together, then I open up my space. So I will, allow them to come in, and then from time to time, I actually have my own vendor events. I'll throw one, and then the people will pay me to come in to use my event space and sell their products.
How often are you doing that? Is that, have you gotten that up to once a month or it's just if and when you can do it? How is that working for you?
Well, I'm trying. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to build a foundation on that where it's something that I'll be doing on a consistent basis. But right now, it's kind of like I've been hitting and like a hit and miss, especially since the holidays has been going on. I tried to throw one for the holidays, but with so much going on, it was just kind
Yeah.
of like a miss. Hmm.
Yeah, I understand that. I think it's kind of hard. Like I really don't do events past my birthday, which is
Yeah.
in November, because I understand that people are dealing with the holidays and their monies have to be allocated for there. I don't expect you to pay for my vendor fee or pay for my event when you have to do the holidays. It can be expensive, especially everybody's struggling right now.
Yeah.
Nobody has a coin to go out willy nilly. It has to be allocated somewhere that makes sense. So I
Right.
understand that. We will talk. I will, when we get off this interview, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a conversation because my goal is for you to have a once a month vendor event to get really coordinated with some of these amazing vendors here in Houston and have them to be able to come over there, market their product as well as market your venue because it is beautiful. And I think that's an amazing thing. And we going to make that happen. Okay, let's get off of that. Let's get off of that. Let's get into another say what question.
Okay.
Tell me something. Let me see. What's something that you had to unlearn to grow in this space?
Oh, I had to unlearn to trust in people.
No,
I
I
would
get it. I
say,
mean,
yeah.
there's a level of trust that you have when you come to a new space. You don't know anybody, so you have to have some trust. So I get that, but that trust has to be attached to someone or something that you already know and trust. And that's my tidbit for you. It's okay to be trusted because you're a very trusting, sweet lady. But be sure to attach that trust level with somebody that has not let you down and has already proven that they're trustworthy.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna find yourself in a loop and it's not fun. It's not fun. That's hurtful to have someone to just play with you like that. I don't like that. Okay. What keeps you grounded?
What keeps me grounded
Mhm.
is my family. Keeps me grounded. I get to talk to my sons on a regular basis. Talk to my siblings, and then before my mother got sick like she is now. Just calling my mom. I'm still mother. I want to talk to you, and so that's what keeps me grounded while I'm here in Houston, away from my family.
Understood, understood. Let's soften it up a little bit. Let's move off of that. Let's say, what are your holiday plans for this year? That's a simple, easy question. What are your
Yeah.
plans? Are
So
you
my
planning on
my
partying or resting?
Yeah, well, so my holiday plans is to go home to be with my family. So that's my holiday plans, and then I also have two grandchildren that I was so excited I got a chance to see them when I was home visiting my parents, and I'm super excited about getting back home to be around them.
So family is your foundation.
It
Are they
is,
the ones who give you your peace right now?
yes.
I love that. Okay, let's look ahead. Let's look ahead. New Year energy. What are you doing? What's your New Year's resolution? Your intentions for the new year?
So I guess I could say my New Year's resolution would be to continue to build my brand. I want
Okay.
my brand to be known, not just here in Houston, but not just I want my brand to be a world known brand. Calendars. I
Nationally
want
known.
yes,
Okay.
so I want
You
so
trying to
because
put it on the map.
I want it to be on the map. I want everybody to know calendars. When they hear calendars, they can associate it with my brand and me.
I love that. I love that. Okay. What are you claiming in 2026? Sounds like you claiming that growth. That's what I hear in that
I
conversation.
am, and then I mean, I'm also claiming to, maybe one day have someone special in my life. Because right now, I don't have anyone special, so that means I am on the market.
Okay. You know that was my next question. What's that love life looking like? I was gonna ask that next. So are you dating? Have you met anybody since you've been here in the city?
Well, I did, but that didn't last very long. But still, I'm on
Okay.
the market.
Okay. I understand, Teresa. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Houston dating pool is really pissy. I'm just gonna be real honest. They didn't put no
I didn't.
chlorine in the pool, and they just we out here. I am very sympathetic as well as empathetic because I get it. Like,
Yeah.
but anyway, what's next for calendars? What's next for Teresa?
So what's next for calendars is for 2026. I really would love to get into the other extended parts of calendars, which is going to be my calendars cares. I'm very passionate about getting that business up and running, it is a nonprofit uh, business, and I will be able to to do. I have a purpose here, so I didn't just land in Houston just to because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to Houston. I came here for a purpose, and my purpose is to connect with people on all levels, whether it's it's the professional level, it is going to be children level, homeless people level, just you know people, church, whatever. I want to be that person that I want to be able to make those connections, and that's what Calendars Cares is going to be about, is making the connections and being there for families, underprivileged families. And so I'll be able to one day, leave, something here for people to be like, oh, calendars. I remember that lady. That was Teresa.
Yes. Okay, Miss Teresa, let me ask you this. What advice would you give a woman thinking about starting over in a new city?
I would say to I guess I probably would say to make sure that before you move to a new city, just have someone there in the city that can give you some guidance around the
Yeah.
city,
Mhm.
tell you the do's and the don'ts. Just don't go into it just kind of blind, which is kind of how. Well, I didn't just come here blindsided. I actually did move here with a relative, and and that kind of took. It took a turn for the worse, really, really, in the beginning. So that's kind of, and that left me, just being blindsided with everything.
Right. Right. No, that was not expected. It was expected to come here and y'all was gonna have success, but unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And the reality is those things can happen. So I'm glad that even though things soured, you chose to stick it out and hang out with us and keep it moving. How can Houston support you, Teresa?
So I would like to have the support from from Houston, just by just coming out, just patronizing at my place and just having a good time, making connections. So I would like to see the support from the Houstonians to just come out and make a connection with me.
I love that. Okay, share with someone who may didn't hear the earlier part. They may have popped in on the end and they're just clicking through and they need to know how to support you. Give them the address again, give them your social medias and your websites. Let these people know how they can connect with you.
Okay, so again, you can find me. I am at 12288 Westheimer in Shadowbriar. I'm right on the corner of Shadowbriar. And then you also can reach out to me through my social media platforms, which is I'm on Instagram, which is calendars lounge underscore HTX, as well as calendars events underscore. That's on Instagram as well as the same platforms on Facebook.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Oh, and they also can call me if I have a
Yeah,
business
she can.
line.
you your number,
Yes, so you
Teresa.
can also reach me on my business line at 346 625 1146. And I'm telling you,
346. What was that
625
again? Okay.
625 1146.
Okay, the number kind of I didn't hear it a little bit the second part, but okay, no worries. You got it twice, so y'all have the number. Start supporting right now. Teresa, I want to
Yeah,
thank you so much for having this conversation with me.
thank
I
you for
really
having
appreciate you, guys. This has been the City Highlights with your girl Chris. Of course, this is your girl Chris, and I have my amazing friend Teresa, who
me.
has shared so many memories, shared her space with me, and most of all, her heart. I need you guys to tap in. I
Yeah,
need you guys to support. Go on over there on Westheimer and Shadowbriar and hang out with Teresa. Take my word for it. You will thank me later. Again,
thank
guys,
you.
this has been the City Highlights. Be sure and like, follow, share, comment, whatever you got to
Yeah,
do to make sure we get those numbers. Have a great day. Bye bye.
bye bye.